Welcome to Oh What channel. If you like the video, please share, like and subscribe. Security guard. Practice quiz questions. The following clip have several sample examination questions, including content set out in the curriculum and that you may find on the ministry required examination. The recommended study methodology is to answer as many of the questions as possible. Question 1. Which of the following are basic security guard duties? A. Enforcing traffic rules on city streets. B. Patrolling public places and enforcing laws. C. Enforcing rules and regulations on private property. D. Finding and capturing wanted criminals. Correct answer, C. Enforcing rules and regulations on private property. Question 2. The Criminal Code of Canada allows A. Special authorities for police officers and security guards. B. Security guards the same authorities as other private citizens. C. Security guards to use reasonable force arresting people named on a warrant. D. Prevents security guards using force to remove trespassers. Correct answer, B. Security guards the same authorities as other private citizens. Question 3. What is the best description of a site patrol duty? A. Assigned to a specific site, patrolling the property. B. Assigned to a specific static post. C. Assigned to patrol between many sites. D. Assigned to patrol a specific area for the purpose of detecting fire. Correct answer, A. Assigned to a specific site, patrolling the property. Question 4. Which of the following regulates the security industry in Ontario? A. The Criminal Code and Charter of Rights. B. The Private Security Investigative Services Act, 2005. C. The Police Services Act. D. The Private Investigators Security Guards Act, 1990. Correct answer, B. The Private Security Investigative Services Act, 2005. Question 5. What is the maximum penalty for an individual's violation of the Code of Conduct? A. $1,000 fine. B. Community service. C. $25,000 fine and/or a year in jail. D. Suspension or revocation of the security guard license. Correct answer, C. $25,000 fine and/or a year in jail. Question 6. Licensees are prohibited from the following acts. A. Following someone without their consent for the purpose of gathering information. B. Forcibly removing an unwanted patron from a nightclub. C. Assisting an owner of an apartment by reporting a tenant's activities. D. Providing information about a person in a witness protection program. Correct answer, D. Providing information about a person in a witness protection program. Question 7. Which of the following are valid surveillance techniques? A. Observing the physical environment and using situation awareness. B. Using parabolic microphones to listen in on private conversations. C. Using telescopes to peek into windows of residences. D. Purposely following a vehicle closely to intimidate the subject who is a criminal. Answer A. Observing the physical environment and using situation awareness. Question 8. Which of the following is a benefit of mobile patrol compared to foot patrol? A greater ability to carry equipment. B. Greater ability to chase and catch fleeing criminals. C. Greater ability to closely assess the protected building. D. Greater ability to enforce parking laws. Answer A. Greater ability to carry equipment. Question 9. Access control is considered for which types of people? A. Employees. B. Customers. C. Everyone entering the premises. D. The general public. Answer C. Everyone entering the premises. Question 10. Which of the following is true about alarms? A. Security guards can easily obtain prompt backup when needed. B. Security guards always work with partners so they can investigate alarms. C. Security guards often respond alone and do not have immediate backup. D. Security guards only respond to false alarms. Answer C. Security guards often respond alone and do not have immediate backup. Question 11. Which of the following are possible indicators of a person intoxicated by drugs? A. Signs of nervousness, body twitching and sweating. B. A limp right arm. C. Speaking in a high-pitched and loud voice. D. Increased abilities to reason and think rapidly. Answer A. Signs of nervousness, body twitching and sweating. Question 12. What patterns should be avoided by security guards? Irregularly scheduled rotating shifts. B. Knowing where you are at all times and how to summon help. C. Regular people and their activities on the site. D. Completing patrols routinely at the same time each day. Answer D. Completing patrols routinely at the same time each day. Question 13. What are the following types of reports a security guard may normally complete? A. Shift logs, incident reports, briefing reports and use of force reports. B. Crown briefs and private information. C. Timetables, needs assessments and recommendations. D. Executive summary and progress reports. Answer A. Shift logs, incident reports, briefing reports and use of force reports. Question 14. What word best describes what is required regarding statements? A. Recorded. B. Verbatim. C. Paraphrased. D. Handwritten. Answer B. Verbatim. Question 15. What is required of employers according to the Occupational Health and Safety Act? A. Provide body armor to employees. B. Provide a reasonably safe and healthy work environment. C. Provide higher pay rates in riskier work environments. D. Ensure that 2 guards are assigned to a site at night time. Answer B. Provide a reasonably safe and healthy work environment. Question 16. When responding to an alarm and detecting a lot of smoke, a guard should A. Call the fire department and start a search for people inside. B. Call the fire department and put the fire out. C. Enter the building to check for trapped people. D. Call the fire department, stay a safe distance and keep people back. Answer, D. Call the fire department, stay a safe distance and keep people back. Question 17. What is the first priority when responding to an emergency? A. Preserve the evidence and ensure the scene does not get contaminated. B. Gather witnesses and take statements. C. Assess hazards and ensure the area is safe to approach. D. Triage injuries and treat life-threatening injuries. Answer, C. Assess hazards and ensure the area is safe to approach. Question 18. What of the following is a failure to provide duty of care? A. Fail to report a normal-looking car in the parking lot, later found to be a crime scene. B. Fail to confiscate a barbecue from a balcony at an apartment that later starts a fire. C. Fail to report a broken window noticed that turns out to be the entry for a theft. D. Fail to assess the root causes of a fire. Answer, C. Fail to report a broken window noticed that turns out to be the entry for a theft. Question 19. What should you do when preserving a crime scene? A. Remove broken glass, knives, blood and other safety hazards. B. Secure the perimeter and investigate the scene personally. C. Determine the center of the scene and work your way out. D. Secure the scene and ensure no one enters, touches, or moves anything until police arrive. Answer, D. Secure the scene and ensure no one enters, touches, or moves anything until police arrive. Question 20. What should you do when receiving a bomb threat? A. Remove suspicious-looking packages from the area. B. Notify people working in the building there could be a bomb. C. Immediately call 911. D. Contact property management, report the matter and follow their instructions. Answer, D. Contact property management, report the matter and follow their instructions. Question 21. What is statute law? A. Written law. B. Family law. C. Provincial law. D. Case law. Answer, A. Written law. Question 22. Which of the following is true in most criminal law? A. Assumed guilty until proven innocent. B. The onus is on the accused to prove innocence. C. The onus is on the complainant to prove guilt. D. The burden of proof is on both parties to the offense. Answer, C. The onus is on the complainant to prove guilt. Question 23. Which of the following related to the court system is true? A. Ontario court decisions supersede those of the Supreme Court of Canada. B. Municipalities have the authority to make laws contradicting provincial laws. C. Lower courts are bound by the decisions of higher courts. D. Provincial appeals courts are the highest courts in the land. Answer, C. Lower courts are bound by the decisions of higher courts. Question 24. When attending court, what should you bring? A. Your notebook and original reports you made. B. Evidence such as the weapon seized at the time of the offense. C. A photograph of the subject on the day they were arrested. D. A coworker for moral support. Answer, A. Your notebook and original reports you made. Question 25. What are two acts governing admissibility of evidence? A. Ontario Civil Law and the Constitution Act. B. The Criminal Code of Canada and PIPEDA. C. Tort Law and the Employment Standards Act. D. Canada Evidence Act and the Ontario Evidence Act. Answer, D. Canada Evidence Act and the Ontario Evidence Act. Question 26. Which of the following statements is true for security guards on duty? A. You can arrest a person you find committing a criminal offense on / in relation to the site. B. You can arrest a person found committing a summary offense while off duty. C. You can arrest a person for which there is a warrant. D. You can arrest a person who on reasonable grounds you believe has illegal drugs. Answer, A. You can arrest a person you find committing a criminal offense on / in relation to the site. Question 27. Which of the following is an example of an intentional tort? A. Theft. B. False arrest. C. Fraudulently taking a sick day. D. Failure to provide a reasonably safe environment by not reporting a spill on the floor. Answer, B. False arrest. Question 28. What is the definition of negligence? A. An act one does intentionally to another resulting in injury or loss. B. An act causing personal injury to a person. C. Failure to provide a reasonably safe and healthy work environment. D. Failure to use reasonable care and attention. Answer, D. Failure to use reasonable care and attention. Question 29. What is duty of care? A. Anyone performing a duty must adhere to a reasonable standard of care. B. Duty of an individual to do their best while working. C. Duty to ensure everything is done to prevent injuries. D. Duty to provide a 100% secure environment under occupier's liability. Answer, A. Failure to use reasonable care and attention. Anyone performing a duty must adhere to a reasonable standard of care. Question 30. Which of the following is a closed question? A. Who attacked you? B. Describe to me what you saw. C. How did the accident happen? D. Is it true the car hit the truck after running the red light? Answer, D. Is it true the car hit the truck after running the red light? Question 31. A security guard is working as a doorperson at a licensed establishment when an obviously intoxicated person tries to enter. What should the security guard do? A. Arrest the person for drunk and disorderly in a public place. B. Physically restrain the person and call for the police. C. Refuse entry to the person. D. Allow them to enter and closely monitor their behavior. Answer, C. Refuse entry to the person. Question 32. A security guard is working as a doorperson at a licensed establishment. An obviously intoxicated person is leaving the bar. What should the security guard do? A. Arrest the person for drunk and disorderly in a public place. B. Follow them to their car and call the police. C. Ensure they have a safe way to get home. D. Nothing, as you have no authority under the Liquor License Act. Answer, C. Ensure they have a safe way to get home. Question 33. You are working as a security guard and your duty is to escort a large group of people through a high security area. Where should you position yourself in relation to the group to best accomplish your job? A. The front of the group. B. The back of the group. C. Beside the group on either side. D. Access the group, then monitor their movements by closed-circuit television. Answer, B. The back of the group. Question 34. While working as a security guard, you are patrolling the perimeter of the property. You come across an apparent crime scene. What is the first thing you should do? A. Cordon off the area, contain the scene, keep bystanders away and call for the police. B. Call 911. C. Identify witnesses, interview them and prevent them from leaving. D. Put up caution tape, photograph the scene, draw diagrams and collect physical evidence. Answer, A. Cordon off the area, contain the scene, keep bystanders away and call for the police. Question 35. While working as a security guard, you are responding to an emergency scene on the property. What is your best course of action? A. Identify witnesses and ask them what they saw. B. Call your supervisor and enter the scene to offer assistance. C. Take notes and return to the office to submit a report. D. Stop and evaluate the scene is safe before approaching. Answer, D. Stop and evaluate the scene is safe before approaching. Question 36. What is the best type of extinguisher to use dousing an electrical fire? A. Class A. B. Class B. C. Class C. D. Class D. Answer, C. Class C. Question 37. You are on bicycle patrol when you witness a person smash a car window. What do you do? A. Call 911 and ask for immediate assistance as there is a break and enter in progress. B. Call for backup and wait but do not approach the person. C. Immediately arrest the person for mischief to private property. D. Observe and monitor the situation, take notes, and submit an incident report at the end of your shift. Answer, B. Call for backup and wait but do not approach the person. Question 38. You are on patrol in the mechanical penthouse of a building when you notice a puddle forming from liquid leaking out of a drum. What do you do? A. Call 911 and ask for the fire department to attend. B. Place barricades down, contain the spill and use a squeegee to push it down a drain. C. Make a note of the concern and submit an incident report at the end of your shift. D. Keep people away from the area and check WHMIS and MSDS information on site. Answer, D. Keep people away from the area and check WHMIS and MSDS information on site. Question 39. What radio 10 code is used when you don't understand what the dispatcher has said and you need them to repeat their transmission? A 10 to 78. B 10 to 99. C 10 to 9. D 10 to 4. Answer, C. 10 to 9. Question 40. What is the best course of action to take when you find people stuck in an elevator, after hours late in the evening? A. Locate the elevator, reassure the occupants and call the elevator service company. B. Call 911. C. Attempt to force the doors open and rescue the trapped occupants. D. Call the site property manager and ask for instructions. Answer, A. Locate the elevator, reassure the occupants and call the elevator service company. Question 41. You are working as a security guard at a large nightclub when you receive a radio call asking you to respond to the ground level and provide assistance at the door. What do you do? A. Run immediately to the area to determine how you can help. B. Ask for more information and respond as quickly as possible in a safe manner. C. Respond as quickly as possible in a safe manner and call 911 on your way. D. Ask your supervisor to respond as you are engaged in other critical duties. Answer, B. Ask for more information and respond as quickly as possible in a safe manner. Question 42. Your supervisor asks you to write a detailed summary report briefing the client regarding an occurrence. You have never written a report of this nature before. What do you do? A. Write the report and seek the assistance and advice of your supervisor. B. Advise your supervisor this is not in your job description. C. Ask your coworkers to assist you with the report and detail all concerns the team may have regarding the incident. D. Do the best you can and submit the report as is. Answer, A. Write the report and seek the assistance and advice of your supervisor. Question 43. You are working as a security guard in a factory when you come across a small, contained fire in an outside trash bin on the property. What do you do? A. Use a fire hose to douse the flames before it gets out of hand. B. Call 911 and request the assistance of the fire department immediately. C. Throw a floor mat over the fire to smother it. D. Use a portable extinguisher of the correct type to put it out. Answer, D. Use a portable extinguisher of the correct type to put it out. Question 44. You come across a contractor on the roof that cannot provide the request for work order and you have no record of him needing to be there. What do you do? A. Arrest them for trespassing. B. Properly identify them and contact your supervisor by radio to report the matter and follow instructions. C. Make them immediately leave the area with their tools and lock the roof access to prevent further intrusion. D. Take notes and submit an incident report at the end of your shift. Answer, B. Properly identify them and contact your supervisor by radio to report the matter and follow instructions. Question 45. A worker returns to the worksite after hours and advises he has forgotten his tools in a secure area of the facility that he says he needs the next morning for work at another worksite. What should you do? A. Let the worker get his tools and submit a report. B. Properly identify the worker, escort him to the area and note all property he removes in detail. C. Refuse him access to the area and advise him to return during business hours the next day. D. Call the property manager at home to get authorization before giving the worker his tools. Answer, B. Properly identify the worker, escort him to the area and note all property he removes in detail. Question 46. You are working alone on a site after hours at a fixed post in the lobby of the building and you have been given strict instructions to not leave the desk unless properly relieved. You receive a mechanical alarm. What do? A. Stay at your post and submit an incident report at the end of your shift. B. Immediately attend the mechanical area to determine the cause. C. Contact mechanical personnel for the site and advise them of the alarm. D. Continue to monitor the alarm condition to see if it gets worse. Answer, C. Contact mechanical personnel for the site and advise them of the alarm. Question 47. Which of the following items best describes paraverbal communication? A. Tone, pitch, cadence, and pacing. B. Volume of the voice. C. Body language. D. Firmness in direct proportion to the level of resistance received. Answer, A. Tone, pitch, cadence, and pacing. Question 48. You are on site after an emergency. A man suffered a heart attack and has been taken away by ambulance to the hospital. What is your next step? A. Contact the hospital to determine the patient's condition. B. Return to the security office, notify your supervisor or dispatcher and write a detailed incident report. C. Call the client at home to verbally notify her what occurred. D. Make detailed notes and submit an occurrence report the next business day. Answer, B. Return to the security office, notify your supervisor or dispatcher, and write a detailed incident report. Question 49. You are working as a security guard when you become the victim of a criminal act while on duty. What do you do next? A. Complete a detailed report and notify your supervisor. B. Call the police and make a report. C. Attempt to identify the suspect, conduct an investigation and arrest the offender once identified. D. Take notes and notify your supervisor on the next business day. Answer, B. Call the police and make a report. Question 50. You need to respond to an unusual situation on your site. What is the first authority you should consider before formulating your plan? A. Federal and provincial statutes. B. Post orders, daily briefs, and your supervisor's instructions. C. The client's policy. D. Your security company's policy. Answer, A. Federal and provincial statutes. Question 51. You are working as a security guard and approached by a female reporting a sexual assault committed by someone known to you. What do? A. Locate the suspect and arrest him. B. Advise the complainant that she can notify police and write a detailed report. C. Advise the complainant she can arrest the subject and assist her with the arrest. D. Immediately call the police and report the matter to them. Answer, B. Advise the complainant that she can notify police and write a detailed report. Question 52. What does Section 10 of the Charter apply to? A. Freedom of religion. B. The right to vote. C. Security guards' authority to search a person. D. A person's rights on arrest or detention. Answer, D. A person's rights on arrest or detention. Question 53. An employee has been fired and you are under direction to retrieve company property they keep in their locker. What do you do? A. Immediately open the locker with bolt cutters and seize the company property. B. Ask management for a second key and have the foreman witness what you remove and turn over the fired employee's property at a later date. C. Let the employee empty their locker and bring the items to you at your post. D. Escort them, get them to open the locker, document everything belonging to the company and have them sign that you have obtained these items from them. Answer, D. Escort them, get them to open the locker, document everything belonging to the company and have them sign that you have obtained these items from them. Question 54. What is the definition of statute law? A. Law written in official documents. B. Decisions of the courts recorded and used as guidance for other court decisions. C. Law from the British Common Law and Napoleonic Code. D. Laws used to right the wrongs by providing civil remedies. Answer, A. Law written in official documents. Question 55. You come upon a car parked in an unauthorized area on your property. What is the best thing to do? A. Open the car and see if you can find the ownership, identify the owner and have them move it. B. Call 911 and immediately report the matter to the police. C. Record the vehicle's information and call parking enforcement to attend, then submit a report. D. Call the towing company authorized on your site and have it removed. Answer, C. Record the vehicle's information and call parking enforcement to attend. Then submit a report. Question 56. You have a statement from a person handwritten on blue-lined paper and pencil. What do you do? A. Dispose of it and submit a proper report. B. Ask the person who wrote it to rewrite the statement in black ink and the proper format. C. Ask your supervisor to speak to the person who made the statement. D. Append the statement to your report. Answer, D. Append the statement to your report. Question 57. At what age is a person legally an adult in Canada? A. 16 years of age. B. 12 years of age. C. 18 years of age. D. 21 years of age. Answer, C. 18 years of age. Question 58. A noisy group forms a protest at the entrance to your store/mall. What do you do? A. Direct them to leave and advise them if they fail to comply they will be arrested for trespassing. B. Monitor the group and call the authorities if necessary to protect people or property. C. Arrest the leader for engaging in prohibited activity. D. Call 911 and ask the police to attend and arrest troublemakers. Answer, B. Monitor the group and call the authorities if necessary to protect people or property. Question 59. What is the one piece of ID that a security guard on duty is required to carry by law? A driver's license issued in the province or country of origin. B. A Canadian social insurance card or permit to work. C. A current passport issued in Canada or the country of the worker's origin. D. The security guard license issued to the guard in the province of Ontario. Answer, D. The security guard license issued to the guard in the province of Ontario. Question 60. Who must a security guard present identification to when asked? A. Peace office or justice of the peace. B. The client, supervisor, or official from the contract company employing the guard. C. Any member of the public who asks the guard to present it. D. Appointed inspectors or investigators working for the Private Security and Investigative Services Branch. Answer, C. Any member of the public who asks the guard to present it. Question 61. What statute provides for the use of force by security guards when justified? A. The Criminal Code of Canada. B. Post Orders and Company Policy. C. The Trespass to Property Act. D. The Duty of Care Act. Answer, A. The Criminal Code of Canada. Question 62. According to the regulations, who is the owner of the memo book you complete while on duty? A. The security guard completing the notes. B. The security company you work for. C. The client for the property contracting security services. D. The Ministry of Community Safety and Correctional Services. Answer, B. The security company you work for. Question 63. What does WHMIS stand for? A. Workplace Heavy Materials Industrial Standards. B. Workplace Hazmat Materials Information Synopsis. C. Workplace Hazardous Materials Information System. D. Workplace History Mandated Information Stories. Answer, C. Workplace Hazardous Materials Information System. Question 64. You would likely be justified handcuffing someone when? A. They are younger and giving you a hard time. B. They use words indicating they may be violent. C. They fail to leave the property as directed. D. You know they are wanted for questioning. Answer, B. They use words indicating they may be violent. Question 65. You should report your use of force when? A. When I have to escort someone off property. B. Only when I use hard physical control techniques. C. The arrested person submits a complaint about being arrested. D. The force used results in an injury to a subject that requires medical attention. Answer, D. The force used results in an injury to a subject that requires medical attention. Question 66. The assessment process from the National Use of Force Framework is what? A. Profiled subject behaviors. B. Assess, plan, act. C. Act, assess, plan. D. Plan officer response options. Answer, B. Assess, plan, act. Question 67. An actively resistant, arrested subject pulls away from you when arrested, you should do what? A. Punch him at least 3 times. B. Ground the subject and handcuff him immediately. C. Kick his shin and use strong commands to stop his resistance. D. Use soft physical control techniques and tactical communications to control him. Answer, D. Use soft physical control techniques and tactical communications to control him. Question 68. An aggressive subject raises his fist and yells a threat, closing aggressively. This action is considered what level of profiled subject behavior? A. Cooperative. B. Actively resistant. C. Assaultive. D. Passively resistant. Answer, C. Assaultive. Question 69. The best way to describe a fire safety plan is which of the following? A legal document, which is approved by the local fire department and specifies the legal responsibilities of the site owner and agents of the owner with respects to fire safety. B. A legal document containing the laws governing all aspects of fire. C. Laws that are approved by the city for the site. D. A legal document listing all of the emergency equipment and first aid cabinets on a site. Answer, A. A legal document, which is approved by the local fire department and specifies the legal responsibilities of the site owner and agents of the owner with respects to fire safety. Question 70. When conducting a bomb search after a threatening call is received and a suspicious object is found, what you should do next? A. Prevent anyone from going near or touching the object, notify the property manager and follow instructions. B. Immediately evacuate the building by pulling a fire alarm. C. Call 911 and notify the dispatcher there is a bomb in the building. D. Locate a bucket of water to douse the explosive and prevent it going off. Answer, A. A. Prevent anyone from going near or touching the object. Notify the property manager and follow instructions. Question 71. You encounter an irate individual and another person in a heated conversation. What should you do? A. Arrest both individuals for causing a disturbance. B. Target your efforts to the individual speaking the loudest. C. Observe from a safe distance and monitor the situation. D. Ask both individuals to leave the property. Answer, C. Observe from a safe distance and monitor the situation. Question 72. In emergencies, the role of security is what? A. Always to protect life, the property, confidential information, and minimize liability. B. Contain spills, keep innocent people inside, expedite response of security and document who is at fault. C. Leave the site when an emergency occurs. D. Assist the authorities by conducting a preliminary assessment and canceling them if not needed. Answer, A. Always to protect life, the property, confidential information, and minimize liability. Question 73. During a labor dispute, which situation would best describe an injunction? A. Special rights and authorities for police officers and security guards. B. Legal right under the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. C. A juncture point of an intersection where more than two streets meet. D. A court order limiting the number of picketers allowed on the picket line. Answer, D. A court order limiting the number of picketers allowed on the picket line. Question 74. Which of the following are examples of questions that would not need to be answered in an incident report/notebook? A. Was there any damage to people/property? B. Where did the incident occur? C. Who was involved? D. What the appropriate ban length should be for the trespassing infraction committed? Answer, D. What the appropriate ban length should be for the trespassing infraction committed. Question 75. Which of the following situations best describe an indictable offense? A. One person applies force to another person without permission or justification. B. A petty crime committed on federal property at an airport. C. A Labor Relations Act violation during a labor dispute involving a lockout of the employees. D. A serious crime witnessed by a security guard or another person. Answer, D. A serious crime witnessed by a security guard or another person. Question 76. Which of the following is a definition of continuity of evidence? A chain of custody controlled by a police service. B. Unbroken chain of custody and control which protects integrity of an object. C. Chain of custody unbroken and controlled by only one individual. D. Evidence presented in proper sequence. Answer, B. Unbroken chain of custody and control which protects integrity of an object. Question 77. What is the legal drinking age for a person in a licensed establishment according to the Liquor License Act of Ontario? A. 18 years of age or older. B. 17 years of age or older. C. 19 years of age or older. D. 21 years of age or older. Answer, C. 19 years of age or older. Question 78. In what circumstances may an entry be made into a residential premise by a landlord or an agent of the landlord under the Residential Tenancies Act without notice? A. In the case where there is suspicion of illegal acts going on in the premise. B. In the case where the tenant is behind on their rent and the landlord wants to confiscate property to recoup monies owed. C. In the case of an emergency situation where access is required to prevent major damage and/or injury. D. In the case where a realty agent wants to show the unit to potential renters. Answer, C. In the case of an emergency situation where access is required to prevent major damage and/or injury. Question 79. While working in a mall as a security guard, you receive a call from a store clerk regarding a theft occurrence in their store that they have witnessed. What should you do next? A. You go to the store in question and make the arrest once the store clerk has identified the suspect. B. You go to the store in question and assist the store clerk in making a lawful arrest. C. You go to the store in question and use physical force to apprehend the suspect. D. You go to the store in question and arrest the suspect once they leave the store. Answer, B. You go to the store in question and assist the store clerk in making a lawful arrest. Question 80. While on duty, a security guard notices a youth skateboarding on the property under protection. Upon approaching the youth and requesting that he stop skateboarding and leave, the youth swears and yells at the security guard, refusing to leave. Under the Trespass to Private Property Act RSO 1990, the security guard can do what? A. Swear and yell back at the youth in response to the treatment received. B. Arrest the youth as he has just committed a verbal assault against the security guard. C. Immediately contact 911 and have the police arrest the skateboarder for committing a nuisance criminal offense. D. Arrest the youth for failure to leave immediately when directed to do so. Answer: D. Arrest the youth for failure to leave immediately when directed to do so. Question 81. Which one of the following would be an example of a stereotype? A. Men on average are larger than women. B. People who exercise a lot are in better shape than those who do not exercise at all. C. Older people are poor drivers. D. People of Asian ethnicity tend to have black color hair. Answer: C. Older people are poor drivers. Question 82. While working as a security guard, you notice a person with a disability having difficulty entering the doors with their wheelchair. What should you do? A. Approach and ask if they would like your assistance. B. Approach quickly before they have an accident and push the wheelchair to correct the problem. C. Monitor them until they ask for assistance. D. Continue your duties as the situation is personal and none of your business. Answer: A. Approach and ask if they would like your assistance. Question 83. Which of the following is an example of a bias that a security guard may have? A. People under the influence of illegal drugs may be dangerous. B. People from their own background are friendlier than people from anywhere else. C. Peace officers are considered experts in the field of law and legal matters. D. Firefighters are best suited to fight large fires. Answer: B. People from their own background are friendlier than people from anywhere else. Question 84. Section 25 of the Criminal Code allows anyone who is required or authorized under the law to do anything in administration or enforcement of the law if acting reasonably to do what? A. Use as much force as reasonably necessary for that purpose. B. Use force to reasonably protect theirself against assault. C. Use force to reasonably protect others against assault. D. Use reasonable defensive force to prevent injury to self or others. Answer: A. Use as much force as reasonably necessary for that purpose. Question 85. Which of the following are symptoms of excited delirium? A. Hallucinations, paranoia, and difficulty breathing. B. Cold skin, bad body odor and very aggressive behavior. C. Chest pains, nausea, and shortness of breath. D. Unexpected physical strength, impaired thinking and abnormal tolerance of pain. Answer: D. Unexpected physical strength, impaired thinking and abnormal tolerance of pain. Question 86. Working as a security guard, you arrest an individual for committing a crime. What is a best practice step you should take to ensure the arresting person's rights have been met? A. Search them and confiscate any evidence you find. B. Inform them of their right to legal counsel. C. Make sure they are comfortable, and their handcuffs are not too tight. D. Provide a translator immediately if they do not speak English. Answer, B. Inform them of their right to legal counsel. Question 87. What does Private Information and Protection of Electronic Documents Act govern? A. Use of Internet, computers, email, and electronic devices. B. The collection, use and disclosure of personal information. C. Protection of private and personal documents against theft. D. The types of documents that can be collected and stored electronically. Answer, B. The collection, use and disclosure of personal information. Question 88. What is a common physical access control method employed on a building? A. Doors and mechanical locks. B. A gate, barricade or a fence. C. A guard dog. D. An alarm system. Answer, A. Doors and mechanical locks. Question 89. You are working at a manufacturing facility where employees have signed a workplace contract agreeing to a search of their person and parcels prior to exiting the building. An employee is leaving at the end of their shift. You ask to search them and they refuse to allow you to perform the search. What should you do? A. Search them under the authority of the Trespass to Property Act. B. Do not search them, advise them it is the company policy to search all employees and request they await a facility manager. C. Arrest them on the reasonable and probable grounds of having stolen something. D. Insist that they submit to a search by reminding them that they have signed a contract to that effect. Answer, B. Do not search them, advise them it is the company policy to search all employees. And request they await a facility manager. Question 90, Section 494, Subsection 1, A, of the Criminal Code of Canada allows what authority to persons? A. Peace officers to arrest people without warrant who they believe on reasonable grounds to have committed an offence for which they may be arrested without warrant. B. Security guards to arrest people without warrant who they believe on reasonable grounds to have committed an offence for which they may be arrested without warrant. C. Anyone to arrest a person whom he finds committing an indictable offence. D. The authority for anyone who is required or authorized to do anything in the administration or enforcement of the law to use as much force as is reasonably necessary for that purpose. Answer, C. Anyone to arrest a person whom he finds committing an indictable offence. Question 91. When you are using your notebook, how should you record your notes? A. Record the time and details only of events that will require an incident report, first aid report, lost child report, or other reports that detail a specific incident and/or emergency. B. Record the time before each entry and arrange your notes according to the seriousness the events that occurred. C. Record the time before each entry and arrange your notes in chronological order. D. Record only information that you believe you will forget if ever required to testify in court. Answer, C. Record the time before each entry and arrange your notes in chronological order. Question 92. Within the security industry, there are many types of security services. Which of the following would best describe contract security agencies? A. An agency that requires specific licenses to perform their primary function. B. An agency that doesn't need specific licenses to perform their primary function, only if they are providing basic security guard services. C. An agency that provides security guard services based on a contract between the security company and the client they are providing services for. D. None of the above. Answer: A. An agency that requires specific licenses to perform their primary function. Question 93. Which of the following should a security guard ensure they do when assigned and using a notebook? A. Use a black pen at all times, do not use a pencil. B. Make notes right away or as soon as possible after the incident. C. Write their name and other identification information at the front of the book. D. All of the above. Answer: D. All of the above. Question 94. Which of the following are key principles in communication? A. Nonverbal, body language. B. Verbal and paraverbal communication. C. Active/empathic listening. D. All of the above. Answer: D. All of the above. Question 95. Which of the following is not true regarding the Private Security and Investigative Services Act, 2005, CISA? A. It regulates only security companies, not individuals who are working as a security guard and performing security guard duties. B. It regulates the security industry in Ontario. C. It includes licensing requirements and regulations for security guard agencies and businesses employing in-house security personnel. D. It explains general duties and standards of practice for individuals and business entities. Answer: A. It regulates only security companies, not individuals who are working as a security guard and performing security guard duties. Question 96. Contains information such as contact numbers for emergency personnel, when to lock and unlock doors, how to report problems, etc. A. Keeping your arms crossed against your chest to show intimidation. B. Keeping a comfortable and safe distance between you and the other person. C. Avoiding distracting movements or gestures, like tapping your pen or foot. D. Do not fake attention, keep focused on the person. Answer: A. Keeping your arms crossed against your chest to show intimidation. Question 97. Which of the following is a false statement regarding the mandatory requirements of security guards and/or private investigators' individual licenses? A. The individual is entitled to work in Canada. B. The person is 18 years old or older. C. The person must be in good physical condition. D. The person has successfully completed all prescribed training and testing. Answer: C. The person must be in good physical condition. Question 98. Which of the following is not a security guard duty requirement of the employer according to the Health and Safety Act, OHS Act? A. Advise workers of any potential or actual danger to the worker's safety. B. Ensure the worker arrives on time at the workplace for their shift, to allow the necessary time for preparation. C. Provide and maintain equipment, materials, and protective devices as prescribed and required. D. Take every precaution reasonable in their circumstances to protect the worker. Answer, B. Ensure the worker arrives on time at the workplace for their shift to allow the necessary time for preparation. Question 99. Which of the following best describes restraint-related position asphyxia? A. Occurs when a person being restrained results in death caused by excessive force. B. Occurs when a person being restrained is placed in a position in which she cannot breathe properly and is not able to take in enough oxygen. C. Occurs when a person being restrained becomes aggressive and shows symptoms of hallucinations, paranoia, and irrational speech. D. None of the above. Answer, B. Occurs when a person being restrained is placed in a position in which she cannot breathe properly and is not able to take in enough oxygen. Thanks for watching my video. Please like, subscribe and share.